What's the worst thing a teacher has ever told your kid? My 8-year-old, Owen, came into the kitchen still wearing his backpack and said, "Mom, Mr. Rennick taught us how to fly today. I was scraping carrots." I said something like, "That's nice, honey. Did you learn about birds?" He shook his head. "No, real flying. He said kids can do it because we're light." I said, and kept scraping. I have replayed that about 4,000 times. 9 minutes later, I heard him scream from the backyard. Not a normal kid scream, the other kind. He was on the ground by the deck with his leg at an angle legs don't go. The patio umbrella was on the grass next to him, half open, the fabric torn where he'd been gripping it. I jumped and it didn't work. He sobbed. "It's supposed to work." He'd gone off the deck rail, 6 feet onto flagstone. I got him to the car with a towel splinted around his leg with 2 wooden spoons because I couldn't think of anything better, and he screamed the entire drive. The ER was packed. They gave him ice and told us to sit. He told the intake girl his pain was a 10, and they still had us out there for over an hour. A woman across from us kept going up to the desk on our behalf because his foot had gone a color feet shouldn't be. And while I sat there holding his hand, I started thinking about that teacher, and I could feel my jaw locking. When they finally took us back, the nurse looked at the leg and asked how far he'd fallen. I told her, and I told her why. Then the doctor came in and she said something to him with her back to me. He turned around slowly. A teacher told him this? Owen, doped up and hiccuping, said it himself. Mr. Rennick said grown-ups are too heavy, but kids can do it if we hold something wide and believe it. He said try it off something high so there's time. The doctor put down the chart. "I need you to call the school." Actually, no, I'm calling this in myself. That was the moment it landed on me that Owen wasn't the only one in that room. I called from the parking lot with my hands shaking. The receptionist said Mr. Rennick was still in the building. I walked through those front doors like I was going to a fight. He was at his desk. I said from the doorway, "You told my son he could fly." His face went from startled to defensive in about 2 seconds. "I'm sorry, who are you?" "My son is in a hospital with a shattered tibia because you told a room of 8-year-olds to jump off something high." He actually leaned back in his chair. "We were doing a unit on air resistance. If your child took that literally, that's a supervision issue on your end." I opened my mouth and I don't know what was going to come out of it, because that's when someone came running down the hall shouting his name. The vice principal came through the door, gray-faced. "What did you say to them?" "I just got a call. The Delgado twins are at county. They went off their garage roof with a bedsheet. Both of them. One's in surgery." Rennick stood up fast. No, they weren't supposed to actually." And then he said the part that made everything make sense. "I didn't think any of them would take it seriously. I just wanted them to pay attention for once." The vice principal looked like he might come across the desk. "How many classes did you tell?" He was already reaching for his bag. "I need to leave. I can't be here." He got about 3 steps before 2 officers filled the doorway. "That's far enough, sir." One of them said they'd taken 6 separate reports that afternoon. 6 kids, 4 schools worth of siblings and cousins and neighbors, all of them repeating the same thing to the same paramedics. He kept talking while they walked him out. It was a teaching method. It was engagement. He'd been trying something. Owen had 2 surgeries and 11 weeks in a cast and a scar he'll have forever. The twins both came home. The one who needed surgery walks with a limp that his mother says is getting better. Rennick's license is gone. There's a civil case with 9 families on it that his lawyer has been trying to break apart for over a year. Owen's 10 now. He asked me last month whether his teacher that year got in trouble. I told him yes. He said good and went back to his cereal.